Stardew Valley 1.7 has been confirmed by Concerned Ape, otherwise known as Eric Baroni, and yes, that's how you say his name. And although we don't really have a time frame for when it could possibly come out, at least we do know that it is going to happen and that his other game, Haunted Chocolatier, will not be hindered by the 1.7 update, so good news all around. That being said, with 1.7 being very far into the horizon, Concerned Ape has the potential to make 1.7 possibly the biggest and best update yet. And because I was curious, I wanted to know what the community wants for 1.7. And after hours, days, weeks, okay, not really, but after a Google search and a few Reddit posts later, I curated a list of what people want to see for 1.7. Note that some of these points are from others and some I've just made up because, well, this is my list after all. So, without further ado, having a child or multiple children with your spouse was a great mechanic added to the game, but people want to see their kids actually do something other than being sacrificed into doves or sit there just for decoration. I'm not sure how this would work, but they could possibly grow into school-age kids, teens, and then adults as the years pass by in your world. Like maybe on the 8th, 14th, and 18th year. I know this is a lot of years, but I think it's a good thing for long-term players who are in their 30th year or something. At least they have something to look forward to. I'm not really sure if this would work because Jas and Vincent would have to grow too, but I don't know. Give the kids more depth please, other than just decorations. Please, Concerned Ape, Eric, use the map more. There are so many places where nothing really happens, like the train station, the mountain spa area, or even the community center. These spots don't have many cutscenes and just seem so dead at times. Having an event or people going there more often would be really cool and would add so much to the immersion and just overall comfy vibes, as you feel more of like a community, especially after building this town up from its grave basically. Maybe like a spa day with some of your friends depending on how many hearts you have, or even a community barbecue day outside the community center. Or, for the train station, have a field trip day where on specific days, you and other townsfolk can travel to a different area of Stardew Valley, which brings me to my next point. A new area to explore. I, and many others, don't want to have to install mods to see Ridgeside Village or Stardew Valley expanded, and for people who can't install mods, aka non-PC players, I think it's fair to them if we got a new area to explore outside of the OG map. There's so much Eric can add, it's overwhelming, but I do think he needs to choose wisely as it still needs to feel like Stardew Valley, you know? If all of a sudden we get a futuristic area with spaceships and aliens and stuff like that, it wouldn't really feel like Stardew Valley, but a museum, an art gallery, a magical forest of some sort, maybe even old ruins from the past, I don't know. I think something that dives more into the mystical side of Stardew Valley while keeping it grounded would be a very cool idea. But let me know if you guys agree. And within this new area, we want new NPCs. I think this is something we've all wanted in the back of our minds but are a bit uncertain because, we love the original cast of characters and they were brilliantly done. So something so good is really hard to replicate and it needs to land well. They could just be new NPCs that work with the new area, but they could also be new bachelors and bachelorette candidates. Who knows? I just started a run with mods like Ridgeside Village, Stardew Expanded, and Zuzu Town, and they added so many new characters it felt like I was playing a whole new game, exploring new places and meeting new people. I know big updates and new areas can sometimes tend to be overwhelming, like playing Stardew Valley for the first time ever, but honestly, that mystery and feeling of finding something new around every corner is something any game could use. I feel like we've kind of gone over this a bit, but I really want the community center to do something other than a house that you enslaved yourself to. You literally spend hours of your time trying to fix it, getting the hard-earned items and money for it to just sit there. Like, why is the lost and found and the ticket prize machine in this dude's room? No one likes him. Also, the special orders board should be in the community center or even outside of it. It honestly needs something to make us feel proud we chose this path instead of the Joja route. Maybe add a donation box near the community center and NPCs can drop random stuff there for anyone to take. just something to make it more lively because it's just a decoration at this point. With the big 5 out of the way, the next 5 are going to be smaller scale updates because I have now realized that the past 5 things I said are pretty big updates that would take a very long time to make considering Stardew was made by one person. So, for number 6, I personally want Eric to fix Clint's really misplaced dialogue. Why is this guy still talking about Emily like he's got a chance when people are literally married to her? It's just really creepy. There's other stuff like this in the game where the text and dynamic of the NPCs and players are really off, but this is the one that really bothers me. A tool belt. This would really help people in the early game as inventory space is small before the first backpack upgrade. A small tool belt specifically for your sword, scythe, hoe, watering can, or etc. would be really handy. I think personally this could be an inventory space where items can't be taken out of, so you'll always have them in hand. As some days when I do need my hoe, for example, it's somehow in my chest at home and I don't want to have to walk all the way back and waste my time. So having a tool belt with all the necessary farming tools would be really handy. Is it just me? But I really want to see new weapons and armor be introduced to the game, like long swords that have longer reach, magical staffs, swords that shoot out projectiles, boots that give you a dash. I don't know, maybe this is just me missing Terraria and I want to see more of it in Stardew, but I think it would be a really cool update, though the balancing is going to be really tough. More stuff to do with your significant other. As much as Stardew Valley is a farming game, it's also a dating sim if you want it to be, so why not add the addition to ask people out on dates, and your choices for the date can end up either giving you more hearts or deducting hearts if it went horribly wrong. Ideas for some dates are dinner at the farm, stargazing, fishing, a beach trip, etc. Just something to spice up the love life in Stardew, and it doesn't have to stop there. Why not take your spouse for dates or a vacation to Ginger Island? I think that would be a really cool concept where it just livens up the dating and marriage aspect of the game, as after you get married, it kinda gets stale. And finally, more farm maps. I feel like this is a pretty generic thing to say, but I do think that the farm layouts make the whole experience so much better, and a new map allows for so much more creativity for farm designs. Not that they aren't now, because some of yous are crazy when it comes to awesome farm designs. I personally would like more farm types like bigger farms, a giant waterfall farm, or a deep in the forest farm. Another really cool idea would be a randomly generated farm layout, so each farm is different from the other and adds a little bit of personality to them. Not that people don't add personality to their farms, because clearly people do. But that's all for this video, guys. Thank you for staying till the end, and I hope you enjoyed it. If my voice sounded a bit weird at parts, that's because I'm sick at the moment, so thanks for continuing to watch. Do you agree with my points? Do you not? Let me know in the comment section and feel free to drop your 1.7 once. See you in the next quest.